the values that was set by the many people that played a very important role in not only my life, but in a lot of other people throughout my generation's life, by having hands-on, guidance and guided us in the right direction. Also, they were mentors. People like Virginia Bolden, which is now Virginia Lawrence, married to Robert Lawrence, which is another original project guy. Also, Mr. Willis Watkins and Mr. Hall and Miss Newman, even the janitor, Whitey, and Mr. Richards, that used to spend his Sundays when Brewster wasn't open to come down and take free pictures of us and give us pictures. They was just caring, and they developed us athletically. We had a place to go, and for the most part, it kept us out of trouble. But when they start closing recreation centers for lack of funding, that's when everything turned. It turned, and it brought a criminal element. That's when the crime came. You see, and I know a lot of people would probably think that we just pointing fingers or minimizing our actions, but that's not the case here. The case here is a lot of us have become a product of a learned behavior from what we see other people do, and it's a lack of. When you take something away and replace it with negative, that's what our children's view, and our children's grow into that, and that's what they do. Then the next thing you want to do, you want to lock them up for life or send them to prison. But that's not the answer. If we start reaching them while they are young by providing after-school activities like what I went through when I came up, I think that it will solve a lot of our problems. And when you look at it from an economical standpoint, you'll save more money by investing into recreation centers than what you would in just not investing in it, because the destruction comes from not having anything to do from the youth. It costs more and costs the insurance company more. The insurance rates go up in certain areas. That's why the city of Detroit, if you try to even get driver's license insurance, because of where you live, it's sky high. Same thing. You got to invest into the future. If you really want to invest into the future, invest into the children by giving them a place, giving them a place to go.
Okay. And what would you say? I mean, is it a, let's say, positive versus negative with the new, I guess the revitalization of the Brewster Wheeler Recreation Center? What is your feeling on that, the positive and the negative? I mean, do you think it's a good thing versus a bad thing, or is neutral, or?
Well, first of all, it is a lot of memories and a historic building. But I think the positive would be that at least they're keeping the building alive. But it's not what they're trying to do to it. It's not representing what Brewster Wheeler Recreation Center is really about. Brewster Recreation Center is really about developing untapped talent. It is a lot of people that actually came out of Brewster that have went on to be successful. Like Johnny Reginald Davis, played at Brewster Center on the same basketball team I did, under the same coach, Willis Watkins. We had players, let me see, it was Johnny Davis, Willis Watkins, Calvin Nunley, Paul Brown, Nick Robb, which is Nick Robinson, Early Holmes. There's quite a few of us. But through that development, Johnny went on to become a professional athlete. He was drafted by the Portland Trail Blazers in 1967. In his first rookie year, he won a championship. Actually playing, he wasn't sitting on the bench. He actually contributed. But all of this development, it started at Brewster Center. He also stayed in the NBA up until this present day. Last year, he was assistant coach for the Los Angeles Lakers. So then you had Mike Robinson. Mike Robinson went on to Michigan State, where he won 2 scoring titles, and he would have won probably more than anybody there had they would allow the freshmen to play in their freshman year. Then you have, like I said, you got Bobby Showboat Hall, you got A.C. Mills that played for the Detroit Tigers. You got a lot of talent that was tapped through the Brewster Center. You got Alvin Blue Lewis, Hesman Lewis, Freeman Sparks. You got, like I said, you got a rare talent. This is what Brewster was built upon. This is the sweat and tears that it was built upon. It wasn't built upon commercializing things, catering to the rich. Now this is the negative. The negative is, yes, they want to renovate Brewster and develop Brewster Center, but they want to renovate it and develop it for who? They want to put a restaurant in the gym. So that takes away something from the children, because now the place where they once was developed to become an athlete or even learning how to work with people. Because see, sports is not just going out and playing. Sports is teaching. What I learned from Mr. Watkins, my coach, for instance, he taught us that, first of all, we have to be disciplined. From discipline, we also have to be determined, and we have to have the determination and a desire to be successful before we can be a champion. He said these are the same ingredients that we can apply in life. And when you look at it, he's right. You have to be, if you're looking for employment, you have to have determination to find the job. You have to discipline yourself, because you're not going to get along with everybody that you work with. But for the common good, or the common goal, I should say, to reach your goal, to be able to feed your family, you have to discipline yourself to get along with people so you can keep this job. Also, you have to have the desire to get up in the morning and go to work, even when you feel like not going to work. These are principles that we learned through just participating in a basketball league that we learned from Brewster Center. Now you want to replace this with a high-priced restaurant and redevelop the area where it used to be over 2,500 low-income people once resided, and you want to rebuild it, but you want to, out of 100%, you want to make available housing for 20% of low income. So who are you bringing in? You're bringing in the rich to support this restaurant idea. Now,